good, the bad, and the nuanced. Stan Hirschfield paced his apartment at 3 a.m., waking up the tenants below. I asked him to ease up, and he said, "What do you want? I can't fly." He moved out shortly after that. About 10 years later, he called me. He says, "Stratton, you remember me, Hirschfield." "Hirschfield," I said, emoting like I was in a bad JCC play. "You painted the floor. You complained about the deaf guy across the hall blasting organ music. You complained about the people below you fornicating. You skipped on your final month's rent. You didn't clean up, and it cost me $50. But you did teach me some good Yiddish words." "I didn't skip those youngsters below me. They drove me out." I didn't let him back. Maybe Hirschfield didn't say youngsters. Maybe he said stuppers. I only caught a fraction of his Yiddish. He talked so fast. I've had some former tenants move back in. Usually not in the same suite, but in the same building. I saved the old records on my ex-tenants. F. Scott Fitzgerald said bookkeeping is not a sexy subject, but it is moderately enticing. I wish I hadn't thrown out my dad's tax returns. Those would have made interesting reading now that I'm older and into nuances. I have dossiers on my tenants. Nothing personal. No nude posture photos like those Ivy League schools have. Just notes on whether the tenants paid their final month's rent, cleaned up, turned in the keys, didn't trash the place. If all's well, I'll let them back. Could be a decade later. The good tenants you don't remember. You have to look them up. Well,
you know, I have a song here about landlords, funny though it may seem, and actually it's a song you suggested, and I'm kind of surprised that you suggested this song.
Why, because it's derogatory towards landlords?
No, because I hate Bob Dylan.
I like Bob Dylan.
He was a nice Jewish boy, but I'm only going to do 2 of these verses, and I think there's like
Wait,
17.
I asked my wife when I met her, who do you like better, Bob Dylan or Simon and Garfunkel? It was one of those diner questions.
And?
She gave me the wrong answer, but we've been married 32 years.
Yeah, but this is the only song that we know about landlords. Maybe that's a good thing. Dear landlord, please don't put a price on my soul. My burden is heavy, my dreams beyond control. When that steamboat whistle blows, and I've given you all I have to give, I hope that you can receive